Do you know what game I'm playing here? I'll be reviewing this game later in the week. Welcome to another Quest Digest, where I cover this week's Quest news in under 5 minutes. As always, do remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell to be kept up to date with the latest.
Don't say it, please, don't say it.
No, I have to say it, Mitch. Showtime!
In the news this week, we see that Oculus are planning to build a way for developers to release apps and games to the Quest without needing to sideload them or enable developer mode. So what this means is that we have something essentially like SideQuest, but on the actual Oculus Quest headset itself. No need for an external computer, which means it would just be so much more easier to download and play the great indie titles that we currently see on SideQuest. SideQuest are looking to integrate with this new system as soon as they can, and they are also advertising rewards or payment for people to playtest games and provide feedback. More about this can be found in the links in the description below. Next, we have a release date for the roguelite action game in Death Unchained. July the 23rd is when we should see this one released on the Oculus Quest platform. We also learn that the sword fighting action, melee and magic game Until You Fall is set to be released sometime between September and December. And if you've been waiting for the horror themed game Five Nights at Freddys, you don't have much longer to wait. This is being released on the 16th of July for the Oculus Quest. And finally, we hear an announcement that Bobble 3D is coming for the Oculus Quest. Now, we don't know exactly when yet, but we have this image to give us an example of what it's going to look like. And for anyone who doesn't know what Bobble is a tile matching puzzle game where you have to match the coloured balls in order to clear the screen, gain points and win the level. And just moving quickly to the official Oculus store, we see Phantom Covert Ops has been released. It has almost 5 stars out of 322 ratings, and this game is a unique stealth action game that takes place within a canoe. The campaign will take you about 6 hours or so to complete, and you can play the entire game while sitting down. Now we move on finally to SideQuest, where as usual there's been a ton of content released this week. And the first one to catch my eye is Escape Legacy. Now this is the game I'll be reviewing this week. It's an escape room game that will set you back $2.99 US, features over 10 hours of gameplay, 10 levels of 80 plus rooms to explore, with puzzles and items that change every time you play. Now there's another escape room game that's just been released. It's called Beast of Stormy Forest. At the moment it's just the demo of the first level, but the author is planning to release 5 levels for this one. Next we have Handspell. This is a hand tracking turn-based RPG with roguelike elements. You can play this one seated and you use different hand gestures to cast different spells, and just like any other RPG you can level up and upgrade your skills. Next up you have Help Yourself. Now you have a limited time to solve a situation. When time is up, everything stops and goes back to the beginning. Only when the time loop starts over, everything you've done in your previous run will be reproduced by a clone of yourself in the exact same way. So you and your clone selves have to work together to then overcome the obstacles in your way. Next up we have a rhythm fitness game called Groove Fit Kingdom. Now this game features different fitness mini games as well as an easy, normal and difficult mode, online ranking system and a calorie counter, and it's all completely free. Our next game is called Pew Pew Stuff Dies. You have to blast your way in this apocalyptic arena shooter packed with crazy creatures and a bunch of different weapons that you can dual wield. It's a simple but well put together wave shooter. And we have another wave shooter called Bowmaster. Now this is very similar to the game Arrows on SideQuest. Use arrows, tricks and traps to defend your village from incoming invaders. We also have Highbow, an addictive online multiplayer battle royale game. It features many different arrow types and you can play against real life players or bots. And finally we have Rubik's Cube, which is a Rubik's Cube that you can solve using your controllers, but it's much easier to control using hand tracking. Well, that's about it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this week's Quest Digest. and I'll catch you next time.